company. Where does that leave you?
I do have exciting news of my own, and I will enlighten you very soon.
Are you digging for dirt on me?
No.
Did Kane put you up to this?
Okay, what's it about?
It's Audra. There's something that you need to know about the kind of person she really is.
The air in Genoa City is thick with secrets, a palpable tension that Monday's explosive episode of The Young and the Restless masterfully weaves into a tapestry of confrontation, crumbling facades, and desperate gambits. October 20th is not just another day. It's a turning point, a day where the carefully constructed walls several characters have built around their lives begin to show catastrophic cracks. From the opulent Newman Enterprises tower to the intimate, worried spaces of the Abbott mansion, no one is safe from the reverberations of truth. Episode title: The House of Cards. The Abbott Mansion, a father's plea and a son's rebellion. The episode opens not with a bang, but with a quiet, heartbreaking moment in the Abbott living room. Jack Abbott sits across from his son, Kyle, the morning light streaming through the windows, illuminating the chasm between them. The joviality and corporate banter are gone, stripped away to reveal the raw nerve of their familial crisis. "Kyle, look at me," Jack implores, his voice low and strained. "This isn't about business. This is about you. About my grandson. Harrison needs stability. He needs his father present, not chasing a ghost from your past or a vendetta against your mother." Kyle, looking tired and emotionally gaunt, avoids his father's gaze. "A ghost? Dad, she's his mother. And every day I see the confusion in his eyes when he asks about her. Diane told one story. The world believes another. I need to know which one is true, for Harrison's sake." Jack's frustration boils over. For Harrison's sake? Or for yours? You've become singularly obsessed with this, Kyle. You're pushing away the people who are here, who love you now, Audra, for instance, who you've all but shut out. You're so focused on proving Diane was a monster that you're becoming someone I barely recognize. The word monster hangs in the air, a gauntlet thrown. Kyle's eyes flash with a mixture of pain and defiance. And what if she was? What if the woman you're so determined to protect, the woman you married, was capable of things far worse than we ever imagined? Are you prepared to face that truth, Dad? Or are you going to keep living in the beautiful, comfortable lie? This is the core of the Abbott conflict now. Jack's desperate need to preserve the happiness he's found with Diane versus Kyle's compulsive drive to excavate a past that threatens to destroy them all. Jack's final line in the scene is a whisper, laden with foreboding. "Some truths, son, are like Pandora's box. Once opened, you can never put the horror back inside." Chancellor Park, an uneasy alliance takes shape. Meanwhile, in the serene setting of Chancellor Park, an alliance born of mutual desperation is being forged. Ashley Abbott, ever the elegant strategist, meets with Tracy Abbott, who has flown in under the guise of a friendly visit but is deeply concerned about the turmoil in her family. Jack looks exhausted, Tracy states, sipping her tea. And Kyle, he's a coiled spring. "This can't continue, Ashley. We have to do something." Ashley's expression is grimly determined. "I've tried talking to Jack. He's blinded by his devotion to Diane. He sees my concerns as petty jealousy, the scorned ex-wife causing trouble. But what I'm seeing, it's not Diane. It's something else. There's a dissonance in her, Tracy. One minute she's the repentant soul, the next there's a flicker of something colder, more calculating. It's as if she's playing a role and occasionally forgetting her lines." Tracy, the voice of reason and psychology in the family, nods slowly. Dissociative behavior can be a trauma response, but it can also be a sign of something more manipulative. I've reviewed the files you sent me. The inconsistencies in her story about her time away are not minor. They're foundational. Ashley leans in, her voice dropping. "I think there's a way to force her hand. Alan Loron, Diane's therapist and Ashley's ex, is the key. He holds her confidences. If we can find a way, ethically or otherwise, to understand what he knows." This is a dangerous new path for Ashley, blurring the lines of medical ethics and familial loyalty. Tracy is hesitant, warning of the potential fallout, but Ashley is resolute. This isn't just about Jack anymore, Tracy. This is about the safety of our entire family, including Harrison. If Diane is unstable, or worse, if she is not who she claims to be, we are all in danger. This scene masterfully sets up a high-stakes investigative plotline, with Ashley and Tracy emerging as an unexpected but formidable duo against the perceived threat of Diane. Newman Enterprises, a corporate coup and a personal betrayal. At Newman Enterprises, the battle for control enters a stunning new phase. Victor Newman, seated at the head of the boardroom table, is a king holding court, but the loyalty of his subjects is in question. Nikki Newman, by his side, wears a mask of regal composure, but her eyes betray a deep-seated anxiety. Victor lays out a new, aggressive strategy for consolidating power, a move clearly designed to sideline Victoria and Nate once and for all. Sentiment has no place in business, Victor intones, his gaze sweeping over the room. This company was built on strength and decisive action. That is what will secure its future. However, the power dynamic shifts seismically when Victoria, cool and collected, speaks up. Strength doesn't mean recklessness, Father. Your plan, while bold, exposes us to significant regulatory risk. Risks that the board, I'm sure, is not comfortable with. Nate then produces a confidential report, one that Victor believed was known only to him and his most trusted inner circle. The report outlines the very risks Victoria mentions. The leak is catastrophic for Victor. His eyes narrow, first at Nate, then at Victoria, and finally, they come to rest on the one person whose betrayal would cut the deepest, Nick Newman. Nick has been quiet throughout the meeting, a conflicted observer. Under his father's piercing gaze, he doesn't flinch. He gives a slight, almost imperceptible nod. He was the source. He gave the report to Victoria. The room falls into a stunned silence. Victor's face is a granite mask of fury and profound hurt. Nicholas, he says, the single name a condemnation. This isn't a coup, Dad, Nick states, his voice firm. It's a course correction. You're steering this company and this family toward an iceberg. I won't stand by and let it happen. Not anymore. This is arguably one of the most significant Newman confrontations in recent memory. Nick has often been the rebellious son, but he has rarely aligned so directly and strategically against Victor in the corporate arena. This act solidifies a new alliance between Nick, Victoria, and Nate, a triumvirate that now has the means and the motive to challenge the mustache's iron-fisted rule. The fallout from this betrayal will undoubtedly define the Newman narrative for months to come. Grand Phoenix, a secret on borrowed time. While corporate empires tremble, a more intimate drama unfolds at the Grand Phoenix. Adam Newman confronts Sally Spectra in her suite. The chemistry between them is still electric, a dangerous undercurrent to their strained conversation. You've been avoiding me, Sally, Adam begins, his tone deceptively soft. I've been busy, Adam. We both have, Sally replies, focusing on arranging papers on her desk, a nervous tell. It's more than that, he insists, stepping closer. I know you probably better than anyone. Something's wrong. Is it the new collection? Is it us? The question hangs in the air. Sally is carrying the immense secret of her pregnancy, a pregnancy that is a ticking time bomb set to detonate her relationship with Adam and her current life with Nick. The pressure becomes too much. Just as she is about to speak, perhaps to confess everything, her phone buzzes. It's a text from her doctor's office, a reminder of her upcoming prenatal appointment. She quickly silences it, but Adam's keen eyes don't miss the flash of panic on her face. Everything okay? He asks, his suspicion now fully aroused. Fine, she says too quickly, forcing a smile. Just work. Look, Adam, I have a meeting with the design team. We should talk later. She ushers him out, but the damage is done. Adam leaves the suite not with answers, but with a gnawing certainty that Sally is hiding something monumental. This scene is a masterclass in suspense, pushing Sally closer to the edge of her secret's revelation. The walls are closing in, and with Adam now actively suspicious, It's only a matter of time before the truth about the baby explodes into the open. The underground bar. A desperate plan is hatched. The episode's final act brings us to a dimly lit corner of the Genoa City underground bar, where Billy Abbott meets with Chelsea Lawson. Both are outsiders looking for a way back into the game, both haunted by their pasts. Billy is reeling from his conversation with Jack and Kyle, feeling isolated in his own family. Chelsea, meanwhile, is struggling to find her footing in the business world, her reputation still a shadow she can't escape. Jack thinks I'm stirring the pot with Kyle, Billy confesses, swirling the whiskey in his glass. But I see it, Chelsea. I see the same look in Kyle's eyes that I used to have, the obsession, the self-destruction. I'm trying to help him, but I'm just the unstable brother to Jack now. Chelsea offers a sympathetic, knowing smile. I know a thing or two about being pigeonholed, but sometimes being on the outside gives you a clearer perspective. You see the patterns they're too close to see. This sparks an idea in Billy. What if we used that perspective? Not for revenge, but for truth. You have a sharp mind for strategy and an understanding of human nature that most of the suits in this town lack. What if we partnered up? Not a podcast, not some fleeting project. A real, proper venture. We could call it Redemption Incorporated for all I care. We use our experiences, our flaws, as our greatest assets. Chelsea's eyes light up with a genuine spark of hope for the first time in months. This partnership is a fascinating new direction for both characters, offering them a chance at salvation not through the approval of others, but through their own combined ingenuity. It's a poignant and promising end to their storyline for the day. Final scene, a chilling revelation. The episode concludes back at the Abbott mansion, but the scene has shifted. Jack is now in his study, trying to concentrate on work, the weight of his arguments with Kyle and Ashley heavy on his shoulders. Diane enters, the picture of domestic concern, carrying a cup of coffee for him. You look like you could use this, she says softly, placing it on his desk. She moves to massage his shoulders, her touch meant to be soothing. Don't let them get to you, my love. Kyle is lost and Ashley, well, she's always been threatened by what we have. Jack places his hand over hers, grateful for her support. But as the camera pushes in on Diane's face over Jack's shoulder, her serene expression slowly melts away. As she looks at the back of her husband's head, her eyes harden into a gaze of cold, calculating resolve. The loving wife is gone, replaced in an instant by a woman who looks every bit the master manipulator Ashley fears she is. The final shot holds on her chilling, inscrutable expression as the screen fades to black. Monday spoilers analysis and what's next? The Abbott implosion. Kyle's quest is now an open rebellion against his father. Jack's Pandora's box warning is a clear sign that Kyle is about to uncover something devastating. The alliance of Ashley and Tracy provides a powerful intellectual counterforce to Diane, promising a sophisticated and tense war of wits. The Newman schism. Nick's betrayal is a game-changer. Victor will not take this lying down. Expect a brutal, no-holds-barred response that will fracture the Newman family in ways we haven't seen since the days of the original Victor versus Nick versus Victoria wars. The corporate battle is now a deeply personal civil war. Sally's ticking clock. With Adam suspicious and the pregnancy advancing, Sally's secret is on the verge of exposure. The impending revelation will create a shockwave that will devastate Nick, enrage Adam, and leave Sally isolated and forced to make an impossible choice. The Billy and Chelsea wild card. This new partnership is the wild card of Genoa City. Unburdened by corporate loyalty and armed with sharp minds and a desire for redemption, they could become unexpected kingmakers or chaos agents in the city's various power struggles. Monday's episode was a masterful setup for a week, and indeed a season, of high-stakes drama. The cards are trembling, and one strong gust of truth is all it will take to send the entire house crashing down. The Young and the Restless, YNR, spoilers update for Monday, October 20th, reveals that Christine Blair's Laura Lee Bell, crazy, insult will trigger Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, Bachelorette Bash meltdown. At the Athletic Club, Devin Winters, Brighton James, and Abby Winters, Melissa Ordway, will visit the jazz lounge without realizing it's reserved for Christine's pre-wedding party. Abby will get talked into sticking around and joining Christine for this festive occasion. Devin will also wind up at Danny Romalotti's, Michael Damian, bachelor celebration, which will be happening upstairs. As for Nate Hastings, Sean Dominic, and Victoria Newman, Amelia Heinley, their plan to have dinner at the GCAC will get nixed thanks to all the party action. It'll work out just fine since Victoria will land at Christine's bash while Nate enjoys a night with the guys. Michael Baldwin, Christian LeBlanc, will be in charge of Danny's bachelor party, which will ultimately include Devin, Nate, and Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman as well. There will be some funny stories and marriage advice as Danny prepares for his big day. After Michael spots Phyllis lurking, he'll try to shut down the trouble he'll assume she's going to stir up. Phyllis won't listen and will sneak down to Christine's bachelorette gathering anyway once she gets updates on the party news. Christine will be having a wonderful time with Abby, Victoria, Lauren Fenmore Baldwin, Tracy E. Bregman, Tracy Abbott, Beth Maitland, and Diane Jenkins Abbott, Susan Walters, when Phyllis wrecks the fun. Although Christine will suggest she thought they got all their barbs out earlier, Phyllis will counter that she's got a bottomless bag of barbs and will push the buttons again. Lauren will pull Phyllis away from the actual guests and try to get rid of her. Christine will eventually follow them and get under Phyllis's skin by calling her crazy. After Phyllis nearly attacks Christine twice, she'll finally stomp back upstairs and rant to Danny about his bride-to-be going too far. Once Phyllis is gone, Danny and Christine will end up combining their parties into one giant love fest in the jazz lounge. Unfortunately, the power will go out and plunge them all into darkness, so several partygoers will think Phyllis could be at fault.